We've covered the money. We've covered the silence. Now we turn to the subject that people are most reluctant to talk about. Infidelity. Not because it's the most common reason marriages end, but because it may be the most revealing. 40% of marriages experience infidelity at some point. That's nearly 1 in 2 couples facing the discovery that their partner chose someone else. And yet, we still treat it as the exception. As a personal failure. The data says otherwise. An affair is rarely just about sex. Researchers consistently find that at its core, infidelity is about disconnection, the search for validation, for intimacy, for the feeling of being truly seen. It tends to happen in the gap between what a person needs and what their marriage is giving them. That gap is often invisible until someone else walks through it. 55% of affairs begin not physically, but emotionally. A friendship that deepens. A colleague who listens in ways a partner no longer does. The conversations that start innocently and slowly become the most honest ones either person is having. By the time anything physical happens, the emotional betrayal is already complete. Emotional affairs are the most dangerous kind, because they're the easiest to deny. No physical contact means no clear line was crossed. But the emotional investment, the secrecy, the intimacy, that's where the damage is done. And by the time it's discovered, it often feels more devastating than a one-night stand ever could. 76% of couples cannot rebuild trust after infidelity is discovered. The marriage may survive on paper, but the relationship before the affair is gone. What remains is a negotiation. A choice made daily to stay, and to try. Most couples find that negotiation impossible to sustain. But some do make it through. The couples who recover from infidelity share one distinctive trait: they treat the affair not as the problem, but as a symptom. They ask not just what happened, but why the door was left open in the first place. That question is brutal. But it's the only one that leads somewhere. 88% of people say they would leave if their partner cheated. That certainty tends to be expressed in the abstract, before it's ever tested in reality. Because when it becomes real, when it's not a hypothetical but your actual life, the calculation changes. The history, the children, the shared world, it all becomes part of the equation. Technology has fundamentally altered the landscape of infidelity. Emotional connections now form faster and in smaller increments, a comment here, a DM there. Secrecy is easier to maintain than it has ever been. And the line between friendship and emotional affair has become genuinely difficult to identify, sometimes even for the people living it. Reported online infidelity has risen 46% since 2020. Some of that is better reporting. Much of it reflects a real shift in behavior. The pandemic put couples in close quarters while simultaneously opening unprecedented digital access to the outside world. For marriages already under strain, that combination proved devastating. Whether a marriage ends or survives an affair, nothing is ever quite the same. The trust that was broken doesn't simply heal. It has to be rebuilt, slowly, deliberately, with no guarantee it will hold. And sometimes, even when the effort is genuine, the damage simply runs too deep. In our next episode, The Kids, we look at the children caught in the middle of their parents' marriages falling apart. What the research says about the damage and the resilience. Subscribe now. We'll see you there.